there was an award for starting series, I have got that. I am Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten, and today we're doing my Tackle Your TBR Readathon announcement. This is a bi-monthly 24-hour readathon that I like to host. It's very chill. To be honest, the main point of this readathon is to have a day just for you to rest and relax and read. That is the plan. But of course it can get busy sometimes and not everyone can do this in 24 hours, so if you need to take longer, a week, a month, whatever you feel like, then please feel free to do so. There are 4 prompts. The 4 prompts do not change, but you can also double up on these prompts in any way that you can get them to work, even if it's stretching them out by whatever means works. Do so. We also do have a Discord where we host and get live updates from everyone that's joining in. I do it on the day that I'm specifying, which this time is going to be taking place on August the 19th, but not everybody does. Some people comment in throughout the month, whatever works. So feel free to join us over on Discord if you would like to. I will have it linked below. I will try and remember. But that's enough of all the housekeeping stuff. Let's get on with the 4 prompts and the 4 books that I have for this readathon. So the first prompt is very simple. Read a book of your TBR. Anything you want, anything that you need to read, choose it, go for it. For me, I have chosen Sailor V. I'm so excited to read this. So I love Sailor Moon. I grew up watching the anime. I've been reading the manga as an adult and I'm just enjoying it. It's a nostalgia pick for me. And then I saw this and I fell in love. I couldn't leave it behind, so I treated myself to it as a little bit of a birthday gift to myself, and that's Sailor V. Now Sailor V is a prequel manga to Sailor Moon, but it has come out much later. It's only come out recently. I do believe it's only going to be 2 volumes, and I'm really excited. So this is following Sailor V, who is one of the Sailor Scouts, but before she became a Sailor Scout, and it's gonna be great. I'm so excited to read this one. Just even thinking about it has me with the biggest smile, the biggest grin. I've been saving it for a 24-hour readathon because I know I'm going to enjoy it. I also love how large this is. It's going to make it really easy reading, and this is not going to take long to read at all. I really like, for me it's important because I do these 24-hour readathons in one day, to have a mixture of media formats that I'm going to read. Honestly, if I listen to audiobooks, I would pick an audiobook one, but it's really rare for me to read an audiobook. So for me, choosing a different formatting such as a manga is what helps me break up my reading day, so this is going to be great. For the second prompt, it's continue a series, because I am notoriously bad at continuing series. If there was an award for starting series, I have got that. I am hands down a queen at that. Continuing them, let's not talk about it. Let's just not talk about that, because yeah, that's a whole moment. But continuing a series that I love to keep for these 24-hour readathons is actually the Wayward Children series, because they're all under 200 pages. So this is perfect for a 24-hour readathon. This is by Shauna Maguire. This is Portal Fantasies, and the setup of this series is quite interesting. So the first book is the first mystery, and we're seeing these children that have gone into different worlds, such as fallen into Wonderland. The title is Alice in Wonderland. It's been a long day, okay? So yeah, Alice falling into Wonderland and what happens when they come back, and that's what that first book looks at, but there is also a bit of a murder mystery. Then the second book is a prequel, the third book continues on from the first book, the fourth book is another prequel, and it's a bit different and all over the place. I'm not sure if this is going to be a prequel or if it's going to be a standalone, because the 6th book was a standalone that wasn't actually needed to read within the series. So if you want to try out these books but you don't want to commit to a long series, then occasionally you get little standalones. Now, I have actually read the first 35 pages of this because I was having a moment in a weekly reading vlog where it just was, well, mess. It was a mess. And I picked up the wrong book in the series to read. So I figured, as I've already started it, I might as well continue on. I'm going to reread those first 35 pages. I was really enjoying it, although this one I want to give fair warning to. There is a note at the start of this book from Shauna Maguire just talking about the trigger warnings in this one, because this book is dealing with some darker topics of grooming and gaslighting. So it's a lot. It is only in a small section of the book because they're short stories and it's not explicit. And Shauna Maguire does make a point to say that Antsy, our main character, does run before anything can actually happen. So it's just important that as they've put that note in there that I saw that, I want to communicate that across. But beautiful writing, absolutely loved it. love this series, so that's going to be continuing on with a series, which I know you've seen me talk about loads, but I love the Way with Children series, and there's more coming out next year as well, so very excited. Okay, then we have a book I keep putting off, and this is a book I've had on my TBR for a year and I do keep putting off, and that is My Fine Fellow by Jennieke Cohen. Now, I loved their first book, which was Dangerous Alliance. Fell in love with it, adored it, because it had Jane Austen tie-ins. We were following a main character who loved Jane Austen's works, and this was set at the time where Jane Austen was alive and writing books. So I loved it. I loved all the references to Jane Austen. And I picked this book up thinking it was going to be along those similar veins. It's not. It's not got any of the Jane Austen influences. I do believe it's still set at the same sort of time, that Edwardian time period. However, this one is around food. So I don't know how this one's going to go. We're following 3 main characters, all dealing with food in different ways. We're going to see how this one goes. I picked this up at YALT last year, so the YA Literature Convention, and I just haven't read it since I started reading into it and realised there's no Jane Austen. So that's what's been putting me off, but I'm hoping I'll enjoy it. This is only a short book, to be fair. It's only just over 300 pages, and because it being a YA book, it's going to be a faster read for me, and I did like Jennieke Cohen's writing in Dangerous Alliance, so hopefully we'll be able to get through this one, and maybe I'll surprise myself by liking this one way more than I thought. And then the final prompt is to read a short book. Now, this could be the shortest book on your TBR, which is the way I used to have it, or just anything that you class as a short book. So I'm going to go for one that was on a TBR for this readathon a couple months ago, and that is Oscar Wilde's Lord Arthur Savile's Crime. This is only 50 pages long. It's a little short story about Wilde's supremely witty tale of dandies, anarchists and a murderous prophecy in London's high society. I really want to read more Oscar Wilde. I've only read Picture of Dorian Gray, so I'm really excited to read this one, and I'm determined this time to read it. This is going to be the first book that I read. I think the last time this was on a TBR, I ended up just swapping out all of the books on my TBR to then read manga all day instead. I mean, it was a good day, I really enjoyed it, but I really want to get this read. So those are the 4 books I'm going to be reading for the readathon. Nice and easy. We've got a manga nostalgia read, we have continuing a series that I genuinely do love, a book that I'm concerned about. I'm hoping I will end up liking more, but I have a feeling that I may unhaul this one, so we're gonna see. And then a short story that I've been meaning to read for months. So yeah, I think this is a nice little stack, very manageable for the 24 hours. Now, a couple of things actually add into the housekeeping. I don't stay up for 24 hours. I physically cannot do that. Last time, the readathon kind of was a bit of a mess, and I couldn't have the whole day to myself to read like I normally would, and I really didn't enjoy separating it over a couple days. So as much as I could film how much I read in 24 hours across a weekend, I actually don't enjoy doing it that way. I like having one day of 24 hours where I start the readathon at 9 AM on the 19th and finish it 9 AM on the 20th, and that will be my 24 hours. Yes, I will sleep in that. I cannot not sleep. I get way too cranky for that, but it's just how much can I read for a day that's just dedicated to reading, and I literally mean I just plonk my butt down on my bed and read. I do not do anything else, and that's my way of just resting, recuperating, and having a nice day once every 2 months to have a break and be like, nope, this is the day for me, and then reading as well. It's just an added bonus. So that's the way I'm doing this. Like I say, feel free to change this into any way that works for you and your schedule and whatever way you like to do it. I have had people do this across a month, across a week. They've done it on a day, but a different day that works for them. Like, whatever works for you, please feel free to change it. Also, this is my set TBR, however, as I mentioned, there has been past readathons where it's got to the day and I've just not felt it. I've been in a really meh mood, and so the TBR's gone out the window. So this is what it is now. Whether it stays that way is another question, but as of today, when I'm filming this, I am so excited to read all of these books. So fingers crossed it's going to stay that way and we're actually going to get through all of these. I would love to do this if I can, but we will see. And I think that is it for this video. It's always a quick little one whenever these announcement videos come up, but it's nice, it's good. I hope you enjoy. If you want to take part, please do so. I will have my Discord linked, as I said, and yeah, it should be just a little bit of fun. But that is everything. So I'm going to stop talking, stop nattering at you, and I'm going to disappear. Let me know if you're going to take part, and if you are thinking of taking part, what book do you think you're going to read? And if you've made it this far, then let's put something to do with food in the comments below, because I really would like to like this book more. I haven't actually seen anyone talking about this book. To be fair, I never saw anyone talking about Dangerous Alliance either, and I really enjoyed that book. So we're gonna see if I enjoy this. So yeah, food in the emoji. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it that thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. Those 3 things really help this channel grow. Anyone I've mentioned, which I don't think I have today, but social media links, everything will be linked below, and I will of course catch you in the very next video.